correspondent William Glocroft with our partners DW has been speaking to Benis Abubeidu-Lansa. She first asked him how bad the coronavirus situation has become in Germany and Europe.
Well, it's become very worrying. Germany, just in the last 24 hours, has seen a rise in more than 5,000 new confirmed cases of COVID-19. That's up from more than 4,000 the day before, so it's an upward trend. Deaths are also up from 13 to 43 in the last 24 hours. And of course, that magic number of 50 cases per 100,000 people. Now, that's not truly grounded in full science. There's some politics at play there, but the general agreement is that you are a risk area, or there's a reason to be concerned when you have 50 cases per 100,000 people here in Germany. And at least 40 municipalities and cities in Germany, or about 10% of the country, has reached that limit. And that has many people, many public health officials, many politicians quite worried, especially when you consider that we're only in October. The winter is only just starting. It's only just started to get colder. People are only just starting to have to move their social lives inside. So we're looking at a very long, cold, gray winter ahead of us. And while those numbers that I mentioned just a minute ago, they're far below what we're seeing in Spain and France, the United Kingdom, where there are tens, in double digits, 10,000 or more daily new confirmed cases. It still reflects a doubling of the cases here in Germany in just a few weeks. So relative to where Germany's been over the summer months, it's quite a worrying place to be looking ahead to the winter months.
William, do we know what is causing the rise in infections?
Well, public health officials are really blaming, somewhat to a degree, people coming back from vacation spots during these school vacations, coming back from hotspot areas around Europe. But really, they're looking at private events, parties, weddings, these kinds of things, both inside and outside, which has led to new restrictions on the amount of people that can gather at once altogether, especially indoors. Here in Berlin, there's now a nighttime curfew. Bars have to be shut by 11 p.m. That's gotten a lot of pushback from bars, saying their livelihoods are being put at risk when they're not the problem. Many bars have been following the rules that were set out months ago, and it has nothing to do with these private events that might be taking place in apartments, in homes, in private event spaces. So there's a lot of uncertainty about what exactly is the best way forward to get a handle on the pandemic or the resurgence of the pandemic. Of course, it's never really been gone. It was just in a lull period in the summer months, and that's led to a lot of confusion all around Germany, where not only the different states, but even at a more local level, at district levels, in city levels, there are different kinds of rules based on who's allowed to come and not come from different areas, whether negative tests are required, whether there's quarantine requirements, what kind of penalties there are for not following rules. It's a whole mixed bag of what exactly the rules are, which is really leading to a lot of confusion among people, what exactly to do or not do.
William, so quickly tell us what the response has been so far and how officials hope to move forward.
Well, today Angela Merkel is meeting with the leaders of the 16 states in Germany to try to do just that, to try to avoid all of this mixed messaging that people are getting, to try to find a uniform answer to how to move forward. It should be a long, contentious meeting this afternoon. We won't hear anything for several more hours. It'll be their first time that they're meeting in person since this pandemic really began, and there's some hope that an in-person meeting instead of a video conference might add that little bit of extra personal touch, a little bit extra pressure to bring people together and to find some uniform rules across Germany and all across the European Union, which is also a big challenge.
William Glocroft there speaking to Benis Abubeidu-Lansa, and that was recorded last week. And so last week, that was the situation. This week, we get an update on Wednesday when we go to Germany. This is still The Pulse with me, Gifty, and up here.